Right. So thank you very much, everyone who's joined. So I'm going to start the class straight pace, and I'm going to move with a bit of pace today. Um, I'm just going to go back to the assignment I've given you. I'm going to try to finish up the assignments, just so you can understand. It's the same thing basically as what we've done last week. If you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up in the chat so I know you can actually hear me. So, um, yes, thank you, David. I can see your thumbs up. So, other people, please give me thumbs up if you can hear me. Please, thank you. Um, so I'm just going to move on. So the assignment for the first one is talking about I gave you using a VLOOKUP and using if and a for the VLOOKUP. So I want to try and get the unit price, the discounted price, and the total price. So this is the invoiced amount. Remember I said this invoice amount you need to fill it up using what's called the rand between. So I can say rand between. I've taught you before, so I won't be wasting time. Between 55 and between 1,000 and 2,500 pounds. Bracket close, but that's the formula done. Just gonna double click this. See my arrow? You can see I put my arrow at the edge here, showing that plus. Double click is gonna roll everything down. That's rounded between. I've gotten random numbers. I want to wrap this in a dollar. So it should be showing me currency. Don't forget, you can do it in two ways. You can put dollar at the back here as a function, the decimal you want, comma. The decimal I want it to just give me like no decimal, zero. I don't want it to give me decimal places. So I'm gonna hit enter. Can you see everything is wrapped in dollar? Alternatively, if I don't want to use the formula side to do it, I can come in here, highlight everything, and then come to this general button and click on currency. Automatically gives me that. Where you can see this is giving me like taking more lines of it, but that's the same thing done without the formula function. So I've got that done. So now going back to the formula, I'm doing what's called the V lookup. So for the VLOOKUP, I'll say equals VLOOKUP. I'll say lookup value is my invoice amount, comma. What is the unit price? Do I have the unit price? I know the unit price. I'm not sure I know the unit price. Let me see. I don't have a unit price here. I only have the invoiced amount here. Right. Okay. I'm assuming this is a quantity, right? So if this is quantity, let's put a random quantity here. I'm just going to put random quantity here again equals rand between. That's how I generate number. I can say between 6 and 11. So I've gotten the random number. Don't forget, so the number stop changing. Control C, Alt H V V to pay special. So then I'm going to put my formula here, say equals VLOOKUP. The lookup value is what? What's the lookup value? I'm looking up this number. What's the lookup array? The lookup array is all of these. Don't forget these three cells, comma. My return array is going to be the index number. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. Then because I want to return what this and this, I'm going to put in a curly bracket. Don't forget I told you about the curly bracket that last week. I said 2 and 3. The curly bracket closed. Then comma. I want you to give me an exact match which is false. Bracket close. Hit enter. Can you see I got that in? So this is giving me NA because I haven't put a function there. So I now come back and say if NA, that's if not found, what do I want you to give me? Basically, just give me saying, just say invoice number does not match. Don't forget you have to put in quotation mark, like I said. Invoice number doesn't match, then bracket close. So I'm gonna roll it down again. I'm going to roll that down again, and I got invoice number doesn't match. So I can also put this in a conditional formatting, which I can say I can highlight cell rule, saying anytime you see invoice number doesn't match, give me this, but I'm not going to do that. So that is it. So I'm not okay. I've gone to roll that in here. So if there's, I can just do Control C here, then Alt HVV is going to drop that here. Then I can just take off this. I can remove the curly bracket because don't forget that's not it. Or let me just leave it. Let me just put total price here and let me ignore the rest. The rest is like discounts and all that, but let's just leave that because I don't want to waste my time talking about those now. Let's ignore the quantity also. I don't want to waste my time doing anything. I've taught you all of those before, so that should be fine. So you can see this is not even standing properly. So if you notice this is not standing properly, Control C, Alt H, VV, sorry, Control C, Alt HVV. So if you look at this, it's not standing properly. Can you see this number is standing this is standing like this because there are no currency signs in them. So I just need to come here and click on this, and it's the currency sign here, which is currency here. That puts them together on the same parts. If they're still on the same parts, you can do this. Highlight any cell that has the right part you want. Then do Alt H FP. I've done what is called paint formatting. Can you see paint formatting is active now? So I've done Alt H FP. That function alight it brings the paint formatting alive. And if I click on that, cell, it formats it the way I want it, the way I want the other cells to formatted. So that didn't do for some reason. Okay, that worked. Okay. So can you see that's done automatically? So if I do Control Z, can you see the way that is before? It wasn't right. Alternatively, I can do it this way to get it right. I can click on this arrow here and click on Convert to Number. Right? If I do that, it's gonna work. Can you see? But then it's come back beyond what I even want. So I'm going to do Control Z. So because I want it to form the same line like this, and since I already have the ones that I want, I just need to click on any one of them and do Alt H FP. Once I do that, I just click on this cell. It's going to set it back to the way the others are. So, and that will be that way. And that's it. It's done. So just in case you find something like that that are not normal. So this assignment is done. The next assignment I gave you is X lookup. I said you should do conditional. You should do what is called the data validation for this. You just need to come. I like click that cell. Click on data validation. Go to that with that validation. Go to list. From the list, click on this button here, like I taught you. Under category, go to category, highlight everything, Control Shift, arrow down. I've highlighted everything there. Hit enter, enter twice. I already have my list here already, which can bring all the lists down for me. The same thing here for the type. Go to data validation, which is here under data validation. I taught you last week, so I don't want to be slow on it. So list, click on this. Where is type? This is type. So everything on that type I want to pick. Control Shift arrow down, enter, enter twice. That's it, is done. I can see my types there. So data validation done. So I'm going to delete these two now. Now X lookup for what? Profit category alone equals X lookup. I'm looking for the profit alone for based on category. Category is going to be this, which is my value. My lookup array is going to be what? My category, because I'm looking at category. Don't forget when I touch X lookup, that has to be category. If you're looking for type, it will be type. Only if you're looking for two ways. Don't forget you have to log it in an F4 function, F4, so that it's going to be absolutely referenced so that it doesn't move. Also, I have to log this in an F4 too, so it can be absolutely referenced so it doesn't move. I don't want this cell moving downward when I move. Then I might not log it in F4. It doesn't really matter because I'm not moving that cell. Alternatively, let me show you what I mean basically. If I don't lock it in F4, I won't still have a problem because I won't be moving. But that's because I understand Excel very well. But if you mistakenly move that cell, that cell will give you a problem. But because I know I won't move that cell, so I'm not going to lock it in F4. But it's safe to lock it in F4. That's what I'm going to tell you. Lock it in F4. Don't do what I'm doing now. I'm doing what I'm doing now is risky, but because I know it will not move, because I understand how Excel works and how Excel thinks, so I know it will not move. But it is safer for you to look it in F4. That's a disclaimer. So return array. What do I want it to return? I want it to return profit for me. So I'm going to click on this and just highlight all of the profits and then comma. If not found, just give me blank, and I want it to give me exact match, which is 0. Hit enter, because it's giving me blank because what? I haven't got anything in category. So if I click a category now, I click, let's say productivity, is going to spew. Okay, yeah, it summed up productivity for me. So you can see this is productivity. So let's filter. To filter, you do shifts and space, Control Shift L to filter. Control Shift L. Oh, sorry, I can't do Control Shift L on my laptop for some reason. You can see what it's showing me. Performance logged saved. My laptop doesn't allow you to do Control Shift L because it's my laptop. It's just a nonsense laptop. But on your laptop, I'm sure you can do it. So do Control Shift L on your laptop. It's going to work. That is, the function is Control plus Shift plus L to filter. To filter. That function will work for you on your Excel when you do it. It doesn't work on my laptop. So I'm just going to go to filter, click on filter, and filter this. I want to just prove to you that what I've done is correct. I'm going to look for productivity. Okay. So now you can see this is productivity 395. Can you see it? It's picked it for me. However, if you notice, we have more productivity. So which means that does not make sense. Now, remember I told you something in Excel. I'm not going to go back to it because I said that Excel can search from top to last, from bottom to top. Don't forget, if you're using XLOOKUP, there's other function for that, which you now come and say, you can see it, put comma, say first to last, last to first, or random number, ascending, your ascending, you can do all of that. If I change this to, let's say, -1 to give me the last productivity number, can you see it's changed to 1.3? If I filter productivity again, you see that it will give me 1.3 is the last number. Can you see it on the bottom? So that is it. So if I wanted it to do to give me all productivity here, and I'm going to put in a different function to sum that for me. So that would be like a sum if function, not XLOOKUP. So if I wanted to give me all productivity, what I'll be doing here is basically I'll be saying equals sum if. Hmm? That's where sum if comes in. The sum if range is what? This is the range. I can highlight all of this range. I don't need to put in any this in. Then the criteria is what's productivity. Then comma, what's the sum range? This is the sum range. Then sum if will sum everything for me doing this. So Alt HK, that's to put commas. I told you this before. So if I go to productivity and filter for productivity, you can see that I have this is the sum of my productivity. Let me do a subtotal so you can see what I mean. Can you see it? Alt HK, can you see it? 5879. It agrees with what I have there. That is how that works. I hope I'm clear with that. So this is XLOOKUP, this is sum if. Let me put this so you can understand that. If you don't understand, you can go back to the video to watch the video. I don't want to spend so much time. Sum if function to sum all productivity. Similarly, if I switch this button from productivity to another product, it will automatically sum do it for me. Just watch. If I go to social media, can you see social media? Automatically it's giving me last to top. So can you see now if I go to social media now, if I click on this and go to social media, can you see I have 8.8 as my subtotal. Can you see it? Let me just put subtotal here. And let me tell you again, sorry, some of you might be wondering why the thing is working that way for me. It's working so well because Excel, if you understand how to use Excel, you will not have a problem, right? So now for subtotal, I've used a couple of functions there, but sorry, I've taught you those functions before. I just tend to use them because I kind of know those functions a lot. So now if you look at this subtotal, if you notice something, I expect someone to ask me a question here. When I did productivity, if you notice how many lines I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines here. If I go to productivity now, you see I have how many lines here? I have just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. However, if you notice my subtotal is picking everything based on anything I filter for. Who can tell me why that is happening? Can you see? Automatically it's subtotaling them for me. Who can tell me why that is happening? Quickly, please. Someone can tell me. I want to move on quickly. You can unmute yourself and tell me if you know. Or do you not even understand my question at all? Exactly. So subtotal picks only anything that you filter. Anything I filter, subtotal picks the picks and sum for me. So it's a fast way to do sum. If you have everything in a data set and you don't want to waste your time, just do a subtotal in any one and then start picking your data. In fact, I can do something crazy here, but I don't have the time to do it. I do it in my report a lot in the office when I'm doing my report. It gets my bosses like, oh God, you are crazy. But they obviously don't know what I do. It's just I manipulate data. Basically, this is what, let me just do it for you so you can see what I'm talking about. So I can do something now. Let me finish the assignment first, then I'll delete the assignment and I'll go on. So to get revenue, I'll say equals, to get revenue, I'll say equals X lookup. Social media is my lookup value, lookup array is what is, sorry, no, is this, that's type. I said revenue for category and type. Oh, okay, that category and type, which I'm using 2x lookup now. So I'll say social media, comma, then lookup array is what is my category, then comma, then return array because I'm looking at 2x lookup at a time. I'll not do return array. I'll not do what again? X lookup again. I taught you last week. And I'll not say lookup value will not be again with type. Then lookup array will now be what? My type. Then comma. Then return array. Now I can now return my return array to be what? To be my revenue, which I want. And I say comma, and I say if found, if not found, just give me blank. Then match, give me exact match, which is 0. Then bracket close, hit enter. I didn't close my bracket completely. That's why. So it's giving me value because there's nothing here, nothing in type. That's why. So let me put something in type. I have in app. Why is that error? Let me see. Why is that error? So let's check it out. Let's see why the error can occur. Social media in-app purchase. Let's see if it's there. Social media, because something like that is there. Can you see it? No, no type like that. Can you see it? Can you see that? Can you see it? Why I had that error? So which means they only have free. So if I go to free, I should be able to get the answer for free. So now that type does not exist. So free. Oh, I still got the same error. Hmm. What's happening there? X lookup value. Lookup array is this. Return array is S lookup. Then give me free. Okay, I know why that's happened. Lookup array is CC. Lookup array is this, yes. Return array is this here. I know why that's happened. That's happened because that happened because what am I going to say? That happened because because for let me show you why that happened. So this is why that happened. That happened because if you look at social media, all of them are social media. This is now giving me like free, free, free. So I've got different frees and I've got different profits. So I guess the Exocop was confused on which one to pick. Yes. So yeah, it was confusing for. Oh, really? Hmm. Okay. Yeah. There. I think I got it. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so thank you. Yeah, that's it. So what happened was because so now in this case, sometimes when you're writing XLOOKUP formula, when you get to that point of I mean, I thank you for that, please. And when you get to that point of that return array, sometimes we don't use them. We don't use the lookup array, the return array for to return the formula because it depends on the formula. As I said, like Excel, you need to just think when writing Excel formula. It's not cast on stone. It's not like one way forward. Is Excel is a thing of is a thing of common sense and thinking. And you know when we get to logic now, when we get into logic, we will be thinking together as we write the logic together. So Excel is like that. So that's why you can see that this thing now, for some reasons, it will not work for some places on some data because it does not just make sense to work that way. But for some data, it has to work because that is how. Because now I'm looking at two different X lookups. So, but I forgot to put in the return array here. So that is why that has happened. So now we have that. So if you go to social media free and you go to free, what did the figure we got? It must have picked this revenue, right? Must have picked the first one because I used zero. Yeah, because I picked just one because I did zero. So if I wanted to pick this 4.44 million, which is 4062, all I need to do is just this. Like I said, I'll do minus one, right? I'll do minus one, right? It's still picking minus one is giving me what? Minus one is what? Oh no, sorry. I'll also do exact match, then comma minus one. That should give me, no, minus one is search mode. Search mode is last to first, isn't it? Minus one is search last to first. Yes, minus one should give me that. Let's see what's 3.64. Hmm. Okay. No. Yes, you can. You can, but I know what's happening here. So do you know what's happened? Because I locked up two X lookup together. So I did said, if you look, let's think about the formula. Let's think about it from the formula says lookup value is this is my lookup value social media. My return array for my social media is this array where the category is, right. It will search. So what it's doing is it's searching that place for anywhere it's in social media. It's going to return the answer for me, right? So it's going to return the answer for me, yes, which is this. So however, and I said if and I said that is the return. And I said that if not found, if you notice this partner is if not found, that's where the problem came from. So I mean, if you notice this formula now is saying if not found, give me another X lookup. Do you get? So normally the formula should have been working in a two-way lookup by saying, by doing, by doing, by stopping there, by using return array. If I had used return array and not if not found star, I would have been able to get my revenue for my last to first. But now it's giving me error here. Let me check. I did this same thing last week, which we did together in one of the formula. I used X lookup twice. Yes, this is it. Let's see. I did this lookup value, lookup array. You can see what I did there. Return array. I used this. So can you see this slide? Yes, and I said lookup array is what? Lookup array is that figure. Yes, return array is what? Is this? Okay, because this is working. This is doing the job of both vertical and horizontal. That's why, yes, it's working. So, but it seems not to work for both vertical together. It gets confused. Okay, now I understand that again. Do you understand what happened here? Do you understand what has happened here? So in this formula here, XLOOKUP worked for vertical and horizontal. It worked here. But however, XLOOKUP here, you can see the formula I used here. So Am and I are right, and at the same time, it's still it's still funny because do you know why it's not going to work here? Do you know why it's not going to work here? Because we're looking at vertical together. If we're looking at vertical and horizontal, XLOOKUP will have given me. So that is why when we had to put in the return array here, right? Eh? If you notice, it wasn't giving me -1 that I wanted because reason is because in XLOOKUP's brain, all it knows is that social media is what it's looking for. Do you get? Do you understand that thing? In his head, exactly. Because social media is social media. Assuming it is figures, so that's why I could not do anything. So that is why it wasn't working that way. So let's move on from here. So so that's done. So let's do index match. Yes, so index match is another one we need to look out for, which is more like an X which is more like an X this thing, which is more like an X lookup, but is the old version type of an X lookup. If you're using index match, it's like an old version of an X lookup. So if you've heard of index match, please give me like a thumbs up over where you are. If you've heard of the function index match. Who has heard of index match? Let me see. Who has Okay, I mean I said about it. Who else has said? Let me see. Okay, only Aminat. Fine. Let's just go on. So, um, for you to use index match, someone else is putting a thumbs up, right? Let me see. Who is that? Okay, you've heard of index match. Oh, you guys are going to teach me today then. I'm waiting for my teachers then. You guys should teach me then. So now, since you've heard about this, can someone teach me index match then? How I will use it. So, but let me start by, we have what's called match, right? We have what's called X match. We have what's called um, index. So can someone tell me what index and how index relates to all of this? I need one word. If I want to give me one right word, I owe you it's the small money, but I owe you a £10 voucher. If you can tell me how index, nobody should use ChatGPT to go and tell me how it works. So I need the answer now, like now. If you in 5 seconds, one, two, three, four, five, gone. So who is saying something, Mr. Opel? I say something. Okay. So I just counted down because if not, someone will go and check ChatGPT and give me answer and then tell me that oh I got it. So yeah, so match X match. Before now, this is what we used to have before we had X lookup and V lookup. So match and X match can match things for you, but they cannot give you results. So for you to lock it into results, you need to get an index in front of the formula. Index is what's going to index everything for you in that cell before you can get the results that you desire. I don't know if what I've said just makes sense. Match cannot do anything. Match can only give you number like counting, like you counting using this the count function. Match will do that. For example, I've put something here. I've said X match F3. Let me just put a plus here. X match, I've said F3, which is this. Then I've said B to B, which is all of this. And I've said return what? An exact match for me, which is 0. So just counts, it counts all the bejeweled for me on that cell, which is 7. So which is I have 7 bejeweled. I have one. Sorry, to count the letter of that word for me, which is 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What am I saying? Sorry. X match. Yes. Let me just try and put some other word there. Let me put Twitter 11. Oh, sorry, my bad. So what the Xmatch will then do is Xmatch will give you the position where the data is. So if you look at Twitter, is a number 11. So it just tells you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can you see it's in line 11? So that's why Xmatch is giving that, oh, is a number. So if you're looking for where that data is, for example, let's say I have the data up to, let's say I have something like in 100, in let's say in this, I have what's called um, Aminat here, and I have Sandra here, and I'm looking for you guys. I don't know where you are. I'm looking for Opele. I'm looking for Omoife. So what it will then do for me is this. If I just come here and put Omoife, it tells me this is where Omoife is in. Can you see? You are in this number. So 1048. So that's where the number. So if I go and look for you in that number, can you see that number there? Can you see you're actually there? Can you see it? So if I say Upele, Upele is probably in 10484. So that's what Xmatch does. Sandra is in this. So that's what Xmatch would do. Just to let you know that it will tell you where the number is, but it cannot give you, unlike XLOOKUP, that will give you an exact result back. It's just telling you, oh, it's in this position. So Xmatch is used to get a position. So Xmatch helps you to get the position of a of an item in the Excel array. I hope that helps. So now that's what Xmatch does. So now been able to get that. So if I put Sandra here and I put Sandra, let's see what will happen. Sandra is in 20 because I put 0 here. I have two Sandra, don't forget I have two Sandras. So I said give me exact match, right? So it gave me which is 0, right? Then if I say search from the first to last, or give me last to first, I'll do -1 to give me the last standard that is down on that list. Can you see? 1048, blah 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 blah. But I say give me only from up to down, which is 1, to give me 20, which is number 20 where she is. I hope that clears that out for X match. So now we have what is called sales rep, we have months, we have total, we have total. So I want to use total giving you using X lookup and doing it using index match in two ways. So I'd like you to pay attention to this. This is using both X lookup and V lookup. Sorry, X lookup and what's it called? X lookup, which is this is doing both horizontal and vertical. We've done it before. We've done it before. So we did it last week. So you should be able to remember it. So now I'm just going to look for someone's name. I'm going to put here, let me copy this name here and paste here. Right. Let's data validate. Please, if you're not following me, let me know so I can come back. I can be slow for you. I might think you are following me and I'm just going about, not knowing you are not following me. So let's look, let's say I have this list now, like this, right? And I'm looking for, Shaka, let me just move it back where it is anyway, it doesn't really matter. So let's say I'm looking for the month, write, let me just pick any month. Let me just pick, let me say March, or let me use March, right? And I'm looking for the total figure from for March. I'm looking for January. I'm looking for either for February, that's based on this sales rep. I want to see their total figure. So all I need to do is do what is called using X lookup. I'll say X lookup. The lookup value is what? Is the first one I'm going to use the sales rep, which is this, comma. Then the lookup array is going to be this array. Don't forget, whatever the figure, the name is where the array will be to. You have to look for an array where that name is involved in. Then the return array is going to be what? What am I returning? I want it to return something for me, but because I'm using two-way lookup, I'm looking at both horizontal and vertically. So I've first done the one I've done now is called the vertical lookup. Now I want to do the horizontal one. I'm not going to say I'm looking for my return array will not be X lookup again. And I say match, comma, which is applied. I'm going to click or I highlight this array here, which is my horizontal array. The return array now, I can now say return array can be all of these, right? Then I can lock it in F4, then comma, then if not found, give me blank. Then I want you to give me an exact match. Then I'll hit close my brackets and hit enter. Can you see the sales for March for Marcus Bennett? Let's look for it. Is 7,527. Can you see 7,527? That's the sales for March for Marcus Bennett. But then, if I want to look for the sales for, let's say, February, I just have to type Feb in. Can you see it? 3833. The sales for January, can you see it? If I change from Mark Bennett to, let's say, Jordan, is 6,000. If I change to Daniel Hughes, that's 4,000. If I change to March, their March sales, can you see 6965? Can you see it? It's giving me everything I want. That's how you can do two-way lookup using these two. Let me do it using what is called the index match function. So I'm going to use what's called the Xmatch. So I'm going to now say what is my sorry equals Xmatch. Now what is my lookup value? Lookup value is what? Is this, comma. What is now going to be my lookup array? My lookup array is going to be all of this, right? I can decide to lock it in an F4 if I want to. If I don't want to, I might not lock it in an F4. It's my choice. Then what do I want? I want to give me an exact match, which is 0. Bracket close. You can see when I did index, when I did X lookup, I didn't close my brackets. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So look at this one. When I wrote my first X lookup, I used comma because it says return array. So I had to use comma to show my return array as this. But for index match, there is no return array for me there. You can see it only told me what is the lookup value, lookup array, and the match mode. It didn't give me return array, so I had to close it because I finished the formula that way. Close the brackets. So it's telling me that this Daniel Hughes is in what? Number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you see it? Can you see it? Daniel Hughes is number 5. Can you see it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the number it is in number 5. So that's what it's giving me. We'll finish first step. I'll be right on formula. Now I'm looking for the month. I've gotten the name. I want to get the month now. So I'll put comma. I'll not put a comma here. I'll write another X. I say X match. And I say the same thing again. Match. I'll look for it in this array. Then I can lock it in F4 if I want. Then comma. Then I'll say I want you to give me an exact match. Then close it and then do what? Hit enter. This will be giving me errors. Can you see it's giving me errors now? Why is it giving me errors? Because I cannot do two X match together without giving it an index to tell me what I want it to give me. So now that I've done the two X match, now I have to now give it an index saying, okay, now index to so thing for me. And I have to come here and put what's called index here. Index. I will now be indexing all of these cell. Can you see it? I'm indexing that cell and I say comma. So the index now, I've said index. My array is all of this. Can you see that index is saying array? So I've given index all the array I want to return. So enter you're using the word index match to do something. When you use the word index on any formula, index is your end report, your end result. Sorry. If I'm looking for Moses in 2019, my end result is 2019 and Moses. So which means I have to bring the end result first as my what? My index. So index will bring your end result first, which is your array. Then it say what is your row? Don't forget your row is like your vertical this thing, which is your VLOOKUP. I've done the row, which is this. This is my row. I put my row in an X match. Now it's saying what is my column, which is my horizontal stuff, which is I'm looking for my H lookup here. I see the same thing like X match. Can you see? I could have done H lookup there and I'll get the same answer. So I did it like X match. Can you see? And I close the bracket now and hit enter. That will give me the figure. Can you see that? Is that clear? Are you still following me or you are lost? Please let me know. I know I'm just giving you different ways you can do it here. Yes, so that's just so you can decide to ignore it if it's too much for you. So that's just what that formula is. So I'm going to move on quickly to the next thing. So we have a two-way lookup here. So so for this two-way lookup now, I'm going to show you. I've got data here which is saying go explore, blah 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 blah, January, February, March, up to December. So now I want to do what is called. I have my company here, which I've picked a company. I've done data validation, which I've showed you how to do before. So I don't want to go back showing you again. I've done that here already. I've picked for all the months already. So I'm going to do a two-way lookup also here. But do I still need to do this when I've already taught you this already? I think it's like doing it too much. It's like doing it too much. So I'm just thinking that why do I need to do it again? Basically, why do I need to do it? Anyway, so for the group revenue per month, so I want to get what the group revenue is per month here. So I want to know what is the revenue every month. So for example, now I want to know what the revenue we are making every month as a group in here. So I'm going to now come and say equals. I could use what formula should I use? Should I use X lookup? Okay, let's use XLOOKUP. It's the simpler one. Let me try to make you use XLOOKUP more. So I'm now going to look at everything and say, I'll click on this company as my lookup value, which is the first step, my lookup value. Then my lookup array will be what? My lookup array will be, let me see, the company. Yes, my lookup array is going to be this, which is this company, right? Right. It's going to be the company. It's going to be my lookup array. Then but what I'm looking for the revenue per month, not per company. So what I'm doing is wrong. What I'm doing is wrong. I'm looking for revenue per month, right? I should be clicking on X lookup, then doing this, right? I should be doing because this is month. This is not company, not company. I said give me the group revenue per month. So if I'm doing per month, it should be fair. It should be I should be clicking on that month as my lookup value. Then my lookup array would then be what? Would then be the the month, which would be all of this. I've put this already in a data. What's it called? I've put them already as a name, as a defined name, which I taught you before. I'll do a defined name. So you see it has coming up as month. So you can see it. Rather than me even doing the highlighting that, I can just come here and type month. Yeah, it understands my defined name. Can you see it? Can you see it? If I type month, you understand it highlights that as my defined name. I taught you how to do that already, so I'm not going back into it. And I want it to return what for me? It should return this. Please, can you mute yourself, please? If you are muted, I want you to return this. Thank you very much. Then I can lock it in F4 if I want. Then I want to give me an exact match. Then I want you to give me, sorry, sorry, if not found, give me blank. That's what I mean there. Then exact match 0, bracket close, hit enter. Can you see? It's giving me my group, my sales per month. So who can tell me how to solve this problem? I taught you last week. Mr. Mo, if you can't tell me how to solve this problem, I taught you guys last week. Please, I like quick responses, please, so I can move on quickly. Mr. Mo, if you can you tell me how to do this, please? Hello? Can anyone else tell me how to do this, please? Yes, it's spill cell, so how do I solve it? It's simple. How do I solve it? Just one thing to do. How do I solve it? Okay, I just need to add a sum into it. And that's it, it's summed. So that's it, I've summed it up. So the revenue for the group revenue, not just revenue, the group revenue per month. the group revenue for February, for February is 326,894. Can you see it? Can you see it? For February, the revenue for all the company for February is this. Can you see the way we got it very easily using X lookup? Hmm? I just went straight for the month and I did this and I got the group revenue for the month. So if I want to get the group revenue for, let's say, the revenue per month, per each month, is also simple. I just say equals X lookup. I've heard people should be crossing it for me now in the class. Let's look up this. Then I'm gonna say I already put in a I put the company name already in a defined name. So I'll just write company. It will light company for me now. Can you see company has been lighted? I put in a defined name already. And I'll now say because I've got the company, I need to do what is called another X lookup for my return array. Don't forget. Then I'm gonna do what again? I'm gonna do this because I'm saying revenue per month that I want to get. So I'm doing two lookups. Then I want to get for the month like I did before. For the month, yes, which is that. And I'm going to now say, give me um, this again. I'm going to lock it in an F4, function F4. I want you to give me blank if not found, give me exact match, hit enter. So that is it, Alt HK to put in comma sign. If you want to put it in currency, you can also put dollar as a formula in front of it and hit enter. That's dollar sign. I can do the same thing here, put dollar in front of it and hit enter. And you see that's done. So my sales, my revenue in the month of February alone for Footstep company, Footstep for February alone is 55,745. Can you see it? But however, for the whole of February sales for the company is this, is what is 326. If I change it again from Footstep to Wanda, Wanda is 56. Where's Wanda? Wanda, that's 56. Wanda in February is 56. Then if I change it from February to let's say June, June is 374 for Wanda. So all of June's sales is this. Can you see it down? 374 in my Excel. So 374. Then also for just that month alone, that month alone, 47,104 for Wanda in June. Can you see it? That is how to do that. Please give me a thumbs up if you are clear what I've done so far. I'm not going to do this again because I've taught you this already offset match last week. I'm not going to do the sales again. So I'm just going to move on because I taught you I've done this offset match already last week when I gave you the assignment. This is it here, which I did. So I'm not going back to do it again today. So, so I'm going to what is called basic functions, which is called if statements. I need you to pay attention here. Please, please, please pay attention here. Please give me a thumbs up if you are clear with what I've done, please. I don't know if people are staying in the class or people are no longer in the class. Please can everybody just give me a thumbs up so I know you are here. So I know I end the class. Adejoke, if you are here in this class, please can you just unmute yourself and just say hello and introduce yourself? Because people can just be putting mute and they will not even be in the class at all. Ade- Adejoke, if you're in the class, please can you just say hello to everyone? I said it, she's not in the class. They just logged in and so I'm going to kick her out now of the class. So David, if you're in the class, please say hello to everyone. Okay, you said hello. Okay, I'm not is I believe I'm not I believe Sandra has responded. Everybody has responded. So yeah, thank you. So I've kicked people who are not who are not in the class. I've kicked them out. So at least we should have people who are listening in the class, not just people who are not listening in the class. Right. All right. So I'm moving to if statements now, which I want everyone to pay attention to, please. Very, very important. Pay attention to if statements because it's tricky. It gets tricky from here. Now, if statement, when you hear the word if statement, what comes to your mind? Mr. Omo, if you can you tell me what comes to your mind if you hear the word if statement? Adejoke, if you're in this class, please can you just respond? You are joining and you are not joining, you are not staying in the class, you are not paying attention to us. You seem like you are just, I don't know. maybe she's in the class, maybe she can't, maybe for some reason she can't connect to communicate. So who can tell me, Mr. Amo, if you tell me when you hear the word if statement, what comes to your mind? Hello? Hello? Who can tell me what they understand about if statement? Yeah, you're very correct, 100%. Can you give her a round of applause, please, everyone? She's very correct. Yes. So, if statement is used to write conditions, state is a conditional statement that is used to, to write condition of if something happen, give me this. So, for example, now, if we look at this here, we have customers, we have orders, we have members and non-members. So, if you see yes here means member, no means non-members. So, and now we want to give them discounts. And we say, okay, any members, we put our conditions here. Let me just call this conditions, right? I'm going to wrap this in auth hbt. I'm going to wrap this in auth what color should I use? I use this few. I'm going to do auth fc. I'm going to use a white inside, then control B to make this bold. I'm going to use alt h fs. I'm going to try to make it 14. Yes, all right. So now I put a condition of saying that this is members discount 615%. So I'm saying that any sales above 600, any order that made the sales of 600 pounds upward, we will give them 15%, which means any sales below 600 pounds or dollars or naira, we will not be giving them any discounts. So now I have to now think that how do I write this out? I have to use a logic statement to write, which is the if statement. It writes that logic for you. Now I have to now be applying the logic in my head, saying, okay, so for you to get if statement, see, as I am on if statement, I say if I don't know anything in Excel, I know if statement very well in Excel because it took me it took me a lot to sit down. I sat down with if statement a lot. I sat down with if statement and then I do a lot of stupid logic with if statement. So it made me know it so much that I can write any condition with if statement. Like it's I would say I like an intermediary level, not beginning level on if statement because I can write definitely any logic on it. So if you can think about logic, you'll be able to write if statement very well. So now I'm going to say, okay, now equals if it says, what is the logical test you want to test? That's the first thing. So, what is my logical test? My logical test first is which is what? What is going to be my logical test? Who can tell me? Why do you think it's the customer? Okay. So, who else has another opinion to give me, please? Any other person has another opinion? Okay. Anybody has another opinion to give me, please? So you are all correct, but however, for each statement, it doesn't work that way. So the logical test is what is the logic I want to write? Before we even write logic, well, let's think about the logic. So I've said this member, if this member Codigill has spent more than 600 pounds, we want to give her 15%. But if she has not, we will give her nothing. So if I want to write, I say, okay, if Codigill spends 60, right? Does it mean that if I do it like this, let's try what you've said. If Codigill, then what would I now do again? It will not work if I use Codigill. Okay, okay, let's go. Greater than the rest. What do I do now? This. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. I think I have a grandfather here in this statement too. All right, go on. No, no, no. You are on point. Go on. You are correct. Hmm. Don't forget you have to do your absolute referencing. Okay. Then you give me 15%. That's 0.15, right? Okay. Right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. You don't need to put don't need to put bracket. Just need to put give me blank. Let's see what happens there. Okay. So as this answered our question, you tried, right? But look at what he's told me here. Can you see it? Can you see? This person is this person have 600 pounds. So you have to write if statement. If you have 1,000 sheets, you write each statement for each 1,000 or the 1,000 or 100,000 sheets. Okay. Okay, I like what you're doing anyway because you are using logic. You are building your logic, right? That's fine. I understand what you're doing. That makes sense. Okay, go on. In the same formula, how do I write it? How do I write it, please? Tell me what way to write it in. Hmm. Like this. Okay, in a different cell or the same. Okay, how do I? Tell me what do I use? What what's comma here? Hold on, don't worry, don't worry. I'm gonna let him just enjoy himself. Go on. Okay, 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 okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Otherwise, give me 0.15, right? So let's not waste our time. This is not gonna work. You know why? Because one, like Amina said, you cannot be using text to ask text question about numbers. This is a text. Codigil is a text. Number is the member's amount. So if you're using an if statement here, if you had even told me that we will not use text to numbers and we use numbers to numbers, or also if you had even told me, in fact, it doesn't even matter. You can still use, let's say, if we can, okay, let's even say you had even introduced the formula, and this point where we have if false, you started your if statement with it. I would have even said, okay, you are still on point a bit. But now you started, after you said if false, give me blank. We now put close bracket. You now start a new if statement again. Then what are you starting on? What are you basing your statement on? Because you said if false, give me blank. If I said if false, then give me if again. Do you get? And I know you're actually really on point on it. Do you get? Do you get what I mean? Don't worry, it's fine. So let's go on with the formula. So that's why I said you need to think for each statement. But I like you, Sarupele. Thank you very much. You really tried. You tried to give a very good thought on it. So now the objective is this. I have this member. This one has 571. Madeline. She has 571 pounds, and then which means she will not qualify for the discount. I have to bring in an issue whereby there's something that is unique among them that makes it easy. If you look at all of this table here, I've given you something that makes it very easy to identify it, which is yes or no. That should be our starting point. Yes or no. I've given you yes or no. Yes or no makes you know that yes, this person qualifies or does not qualify. So if I don't give you yes or no, you might have a little bit of problem. You might first have to identify yes or no by yourself first, right? So, but because I've done this already for you, it even makes it easy. That person does not qualify. I could have told you that, okay, identify yes or no for me, which is also easy to do. I can also do this quickly with a formula for you on if statements. You say this, give me yes or give me no if it's not. Do you get? Do you get? I can come here and say, excuse me. I can say equals if this is less than this, right? Give me no, right? Otherwise, give me yes, right? I've written that statement. Can you see it? And I'll roll it down. Okay, what's happened there? Oh yeah, I didn't put, nobody told me. I didn't lock it in F4. You remember I told you about that F4 thing? Can you see what happened now? Can you see that F4 thing? Can you see it's moving? The cells are moving, whereas I don't need it to move. So that's what happened there. So now I have to lock this in an F4. So I have to say function F4 to lock it. But however, however, I don't want to lock my D6 because I want this one to be rolling down. I want this to be rolling down, but I don't want this to roll down because this is my conditions. So hit enter, and I'm gonna just double click down. Can you see? I have no, 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 no. Can you see? I have no, 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 no. I have no, yes. If you look at it, no is correct. Yes, yes is correct. No, 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 no is correct. Can you see? This, I think I must have put this here. I wanted you guys to spot this for me when I was doing setting out. I wanted you guys to spot the errors for me if there was any error. Oh, why did I do? I shouldn't have done that. I waited for you guys to spot the error for me. Okay, I've spilled the beans anyway. Let's leave that. Control C, Control V, because I've copied formula and paste Alt HVV. Right. So that's fine. I'm done. So now let's do the discount. So I'll say equals if, because I already have the logic I want already. So I'm going to say if this codegil, which is yes, if this is cost yes, eh? If this equals yes, so if C6 equals yes, hmm, in quotation mark, right? If C6 equals yes, comma, I want you to give me what? I want to give me this D times, then where's my times K, then I'll lock it in dollar sign F4. Tell me, is this clear to you? Is it clear to you? Hmm? Is it clear to you? Please, is it clear to you? Other person, someone has said yes. I mean, that is this. Does it make sense? Sandra, does it make sense? Joker, does it make sense? Okay, right. So I'll then say, I have to put a false statement also. I can decide not to put a false statement because it's not compulsory. Don't forget, it's in a that bracket. I said if it's a square bracket, it's not compulsory. I answer it. But I can decide to put just give me blank if it's false, or I can say give. I can say let me just even leave it blank. So can you see it's giving me false? But I don't want to start giving me false. I just say give me blank or say does not qualify. Or say customer do not, no, it should be does because that's a verb, singular verb, does not qualify. And I'll, it's bracket close. Can you see it? It's even giving me in dollars. I want to also wrap it in dollar again so you can understand that I'm in UK. Give me pounds, dollar, then that's it. It's giving me in pounds. Can you see it? Oh shit, it won't work. Sorry, because I've put another condition in between. That will not work for the if statement. It won't work. I know why it won't work because I've put another condition in between already. So I'm just going to format it into currency, basically. That's it. So yeah, that's it. All right. So is that clear for us on that? So let's go to the next step. So I want to now know discounts by condition met. So now I want to now give the discount by condition met, and I say equals if, and I say if D6 is less than this J6, I'll lock it in brackets, right? I'll say comma, return D6 for me, right? Otherwise, return D6 times times this for me. I'll lock it in a jacket. I'll explain to you. So what I've said is I've said if this total is less than this, right? Which is what I've written before, then give me this total here, right? But if this is not, if it's not, right, just give me, sorry, I said if this is less than, yes, if it's less than this, yes. If this is less than this, if this 6 8, let's if this 6 8 is less than this, but it's not less than. So because it's not less than, to not give me. So I said if it's less than, assuming it is like 571, which is less than, to just give me, it only give me, it will only return this back to me. But however, but if it's more than this, which is the first statement, it will then give me this multiplied by what? By this. Also, I can then try to take the step further, saying I can say this multiplied by, I can say this multiplied by bracket 1 plus this. Is that correct? Then close my brackets. I'm bringing a mathematics equation in it. That's 784. That's correct. 785. Yeah. Do you understand what I've just done now? Do you get what I've just done now? Yes. So the ones that doesn't qualify does not have discounts. Can you see it? This one does not have discount because they don't qualify, so they are the same amount as what I have here. As what I have here, can you see? The same amount where they don't qualify. Can you see? They don't qualify. But however, this one's qualified. The discounts were added on them. Yeah. That's what I've written with if statement here for me, which is very easy and straightforward. Then you can start to filter your bar using Control Shift L to filter. Control Shift L to filter, yes. You use Shift and space bar to highlight, then Control Shift L to filter. I taught you this shortcut before. So let's go to the next logic statement. I found this from someone. There was someone's video I watched one time ago that I found this info, so I liked it. I decided to keep it. I was going to use this. So um now, should we take a little break or should we continue? Hmm? Don't worry, the video will be available. Don't worry, I'm recording the video live, no issues. Should we take a little bit of break or do we continue now? Should we continue? Do we continue? 12. Okay. Okay. Someone said 5 minutes break, please. Let's take 5 minutes break so I can rest a bit. Right. So, sorry, recording back. So the next one is if and we've done if statements. So, we've done if statements. Sorry, we've done if statements. So what is left is these ones that need to be done. So to do these ones the next one is if and. So when you hear the word if and is used to join, if and is used to join more than one logical statement together, saying that if Oupele is a man and Oupele lives in United Kingdom, please let Oupele do this. Sorry, I think there's a noise in my background. So sorry, there's a noise in my background. I don't know. Can you hear the noise in my background? Can you hear the noise in my background? So I know if I should continue. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Right. So um if Opele is a man and he lives in United Kingdom, return this. Do you get? So I can say equals if. So I'll do this now. I'll just come here and say Opele as an example to make you understand. Opele, United Kingdom. Just put UK. Yes. Opele, Nigeria. No. Can you see? So I'm not saying equals if. So I'm not saying if Opele is a man and lives in the United Kingdom, return yes to me. Otherwise, if not, return no to me. That's what if and does. It helps you to join two or more conditions together. You cannot use if and to join more than only one condition. You can use it for more than one condition. So now if you're trying to join two conditions together, you need an if and function. So let me now write that function for using this. I'll say equals if. I'll now use the word and again, and open my parentheses. And I say what is my logic one? My logic one is that if Oupele eh, equals United Kingdom, eh, I want it to return what? No, if Oupele equals United Kingdom, that's my logic one, right? Then I want it to. I'm coming. I'm trying to think of the logic. Mhm. This is not like a complete statement. Equals Oupele equals United Kingdom. That's my logic one. My logic two is Oupele equals man. Then I now close my brackets. Then the truth will not be. I don't think that will return something reasonable for me. Will not be yes. Otherwise, no. It might not return written because I've not written something that makes sense there. I've not written a statement that makes sense there. Like I've said, Opele equals UK. Opele equals man. This statement does not make any sense. So it will tell me no. Do you get? So let me use the proper data that I have here to just explain that to you. So this way does not make sense that I've said here. It does not make sense. Looking at it logically, it does not make sense. So if so that is just used anyway to tie two or more statements together, two logics together. So let me write it here. So it is used to tie more than one logic together. That's what you use it for. Why this one is used to tie a logic, a varied logic, eh, or condition that at least one meets. Do you get at least one is met? One is met for this to be correct. That is the if or. If or you need to have at least one condition to be correct. That's if Opele is a man or he lives in the UK, then he should enter this room. Which means if Opele is not a man and he does not live in the UK, if Opele is not a man but he lives in the UK, he can still enter. If Opele is a man but does not live in the UK, he can still enter. That's what if or does. Is a conditional statement that writes if one condition is met out of all of them, then it's fine. Do you get? While the ifs is more like an if multiple if statement. The ifs help you to join more than one conditions together at a time. I'm going to do all of them now so you can see how they all work. So let's let's carry on. So the if is also like ifs is also like if and. So I just say ifs is also like if and. This is what we used before we now have the ifs coming out. So now let's go on to if and. So I've now said that there that I want you to write an if and saying sales if sales is greater than 30,000 and less than 45,000, return. If no sales, if the sales is more than 30,000 but less than 45,000, then which means it is true, return yes. Then if it's not true, return review. Do you get? So I'm just going to say equals if, and I'm able to put and. Can you see it now? Then the logic is what? The logic is I'm going to say if this B5, right, is what? Is greater than, this is greater than sign, right? 30,000, I'm going to add code 30,000 there because don't forget it's numbers. When you're putting numbers, you don't need to put numbers in quotation mark because it's number. Excel understand numbers. 30,000. Then I'm not going to say that is my first condition. You remember logic one. Can you see? I've just written, you can see the one in dark, this I've written logic one, comma. My logic two is now the other one, which is second and. And I say B5, don't forget the and is still there. B5 is less than, but B5 is less than 45,000. So this is more than 45,000, it's not going to return an answer to me, right? And I'm going to close my bracket. I finished my logic. Now I've gone back to the if logic. Can you see now? So if and, can you see it? I've written the and. Let me take away this if so you can know what I'm talking about. Can you see? And is a formula on its own in Excel. Do you get? And is a formula on its own in Excel. So so and and do you get? And B5 is greater than 30,000 and B5 is less than 45,000 and B5 is more than, do you get? And so you can keep adding. When you hear the word and, is a what in English? And is what? Is a um is a subordinate clause that is used to join multiple conjunctions together according to English. It's a subordinate clause that is used to join multiple conjunctions together. It's used to write complex sentence or compound sentence. So now you can see B5 and and so that is what so that's what that and has done. So I've written all the logic of and now. So I want to lock it in an if statement. I'm not going to come and put the if here. So that's what that if and is called. So when you be end of if and, they are not the same. It's not one formula, it's two different formulas. Do you get? So now I finished the and. Now I've put in bracket to close. I finished the and, and I want to write now my value if true now, and I put comma. So it now says value if true. Value if true is that I want it to return what? Yes. I'm going to add code it quotation mark. I'm going to say yes, hmm? And close quotation mark. Or then value if false, I'll just say not correct or review. Do you get? You can put anything there you want. Not correct. I'm going to close my brackets and hit enter. Can you see it? It's not correct because the sales here is more than 45,000. Do you see? It says if sales is greater than 30,000 but less than 45,000. Assuming I didn't put that but less than 45,000 there, which means it's going to tell me it's correct. So this one too will be wrong because the sales is less than 30,000. Do you get? So it's going to tell me not correct. Can you see not correct? But this one too is not correct also. Can you see it is also not correct because it's not. Can you see it? 46,000 is also not correct because it does not meet condition. I don't know if what I'm doing makes sense. This is also not correct. It does not meet the condition. This one meets 35,000 meets the condition, and so on and so forth. Can you see it? This met. Can you see it? Met. Do you get? Hello? Are we on point? Someone is calling me. I don't know why people are calling me. Hello? Yes? Yes? I'm in the class now. You guys not there. Ah, I've been talking since that. Maybe Miss Opela is there now. So Opela, you not in the class? Ah, no. Ah. Can you guys join, please? Let let me let me leave. Let me leave again and join, please. Okay. So, are we clear about the if and now? Are we clear about this if and that I wrote? So I need to use the if statement, ifs, to write multiple conditions. So let me start it again for the purpose of the recording. So I'll say equals ifs, then I'll now put and in it. My first logic. This is what the condition says if this is greater than 30,000, right? And less than 45,000. So I'll say 45,000, then comma, my first condition. I'll go back again. This is less than 45,000. Then I have to close my bracket because I want to put my first true condition that came in, which is they say right good. So I have to close the bracket for that and you can see it say logical test one. I've done my logical test one. So now I value if through one for my first logical test. I'm not going to put comma. It's now going to be what good in quotation mark. So that's my first logic I've done. Now I want to go to the next logic which I'm going to write and I say comma. My next logic, my next logic now. Reason why my next logic, excuse me, reason why my next logic will not be carrying and in that logic again is because my condition here is just one condition. Can you see it? I'm going to click on something else. Sorry, let me just. My condition here is just one condition. Can you see it here? Eh? If I'd add another one that says 45,000 greater than 60,000, do you get? Eh? Then return excellent. I'll have put and again because I'm having more than one. Do you get? I'm having more than one logic. But because I'm having just single logic, right? I just want to bring in only the logic straightways. Do you get? So instead of me going to say I'm doing and again, I'm not going to do and again. I'll just quickly go into my logic straight away because I'm having just one logic. But although I'm having a compounded logic, it's called nested if in Excel. We call it nesting. We are nesting our if statements. So it's called nested if. So you know when birds have their nests all around. So we are using one if statement to write so many things, condition. If I show you if I show you if I show you one formula I wrote using if, you want to cry for me. If I show you, should I show you? I have an Excel. If I show you, I wrote if. The if was like from number one to like 60 lines, and I'm writing the same if. I'm writing different conditions. I used to write the UK tax. I wanted to write UK tax. So I'm writing different conditions with all the UK condition tax. I'm using just if to write it, blah, blah, blah. I'm putting condition. So that if I want to calculate my salary, I don't need to do anything. If I just put my salary in it and I hit enter, all the if will remember those conditions I've put in and to give me the right tax that I need to pay to the government. That is how you can use if statement to do it. So if can do many things. So you can nest your if. So if you see some if can go as far as 10 and 500 page is the complex if. But you have to be careful if you make mistake, everything might go wrong. So now I'm just writing one condition which follows. So I'm not going to put comma. I'm not going to click on it again. I'll now say this is my logic 2, right? If logic 2 is greater than or equals to 45,000. Can you see it? It says if this is greater than or equals 45. Don't forget that your if statement must not be contradictory. We've said that if B50, if B30, if 29,000 is greater than 30,000 pounds, return good. If it is greater than 30,000 pounds and it is less than 45,000 pounds, return good. However, if it is not return, if that's that condition one. However, another condition I put against that if B50 if that 29,000 is greater than 45,000, I want you to return what excellent, right? I'm not going to put comma and put question mark and put excellent, right? Now finish my second logic, my third logic. I'm not saying that if this sales again, right? If this sales is what is less than 30,000, eh? Give me what review less than 30,000. Give me what? Give me what? Review. Quotation mark, review, quotation mark. Then I'll close all my brackets. It's just even one. Yes. Because in your brain and in your mind, it's telling you that I'm writing an if statement, but I'm writing an if statement, not an if statement. If statement has more than one logic. Do you get? If statement does not have ifs, does not have. You can see that there's nothing called false here. Let me show you. Let me just show you something I'm talking about. See this one now. In this logic, there's what they call value if false. Can you see? Because it's one statement I'm writing. You cannot write more than one with this. I can write more than one with it. I'm going to show you. I'm going to prove it to you now. Don't worry. Because I'm writing just one statement. Do you get? So that is why it's saying value if false. But because I'm writing a nested if using if statements, there is nothing like value if false because they know that there will be many conditions and those conditions will have contradicted themselves to give you the false if you are doing it. Look at now, I already have my false here. Look at if 29,000 is smaller than 30,000, it's telling me to give you review. That's my false. Do you get? I don't know if you get the logic because it's a nested if. If you're writing a nested if along the line, you get the value if false as it comes in. Do you get? I'm going to prove to you by writing the statement using if statement for you. I'm going to prove it to you. I'll rewrite it for you again. Because you can put more than one logic. Because I'm having this is logic one, logic two for my and. Then all of these, sorry, are all logic one. Sorry, all of these are all logic one for my if statement. Can you see logic one? After the old brackets, it's logic one for if statement. Oh yeah, this is logic one for and. Can you see and? Eh? And this is logic one, this is logic two for and. But however, for the ifs, is only logic one I've just written. Then for value if true, I've said give me good. Can you see? Then logic two now comes in, which is my logic two, which is this. Value if true is this is value if true for my logic two. Then logic three comes in again. Value if true is this. I can have logic four, I can have logic five. So if I want more, I'm not going to put brackets there. More logic, comma, logic four, logic five, logic six. Can you see it like that? I can have logic 1 million. Can you see? Can you see logics? Can you see the logics? Can you see? You can keep having logic till you get tired of logic. And Excel will answer your answer for you. Excel will give you the correct answer. Once your logics are correct, Excel too will be correct with you. So that's how it works. I can keep having logic. I'm going to show you one, don't worry. So if I hit enter, that tells me review because I put yes, because that comma is telling Excel that Excel, I'm done with that logic. I'm moving to the next logic. But you can't just put comma without a logic. Excel will tell you no, that's wrong. For example, if I show you now, if I just put comma there because showing me logic doesn't mean I'm doing the right thing. Excel is going to throw it out for me. Well, funny enough, this one allowed me, but other formulas won't let you do it. Other formulas won't let you do it. Can you see? It's telling me that it's wrong because I've put too much. It's telling me that was wrong. So you don't just put comma when you don't have a logic there. Excel is going to throw it out for you. False. No, no, because this is a if statement. Ifs. I know what was what you meant. So, so you can see now review, excellence because they met the condition. Good. Can you see? All these are good. If you notice the one we did before, they were all good. So while this is excellent, and all and so forth and so forth. So you can see that you are even tired. You that you are not even teaching, you are tired. So now I want to write a if or yeah. That's for ifs and the if or now I want to now say if or like I said, or is used to do what? To write to tie logics or condition that at least one of them meets. Do you get? So I now say or is also a logic function in Excel that can be used as a formula. Or can you see? Or is a function in Excel. Or can you see it? Tab. Can you see it? Logic. Can you see? Or is a formula in Excel logic. So let's write the logic for or. So I'm saying sales, right? Greater than or equals to, right? 45,000. Hmm? That's my first or logic. Hmm? My second or logic is I want any sales that is less than or equals to 30,000. Why have I said yeah? Then I'm going to close since I don't have any more logic to do, I have to close it with a bracket. Why have I told Excel here? I've said Excel, see, this 29,000 here, 29,000 here, is it greater than or equal to 45,000? It is no. Since it is no, then Excel is going to ignore because I'm using or, I'm not using and. If it was and, it would have told me review. Do you get? But because it's or, it will not check the next condition again. This B, this 29,000, is it less than 30,000? Yes. Once it is less than 30,000, then it is going to give me what I want it to give me. Do you get? Do you get that logic? Are you with me? Okay. So let me just continue. So I'm not going to put my if now behind it now because I'm done with my or statements. And I say if, right? So value if true. What's the value if true? The value if true is to give me what? Maybe these symbols, you know. Value if true is probably to give me these symbols, right? Or value if false, because I use if, I didn't use ifs, don't forget, will give me this symbol. I'm going to hit brackets, hit enter. So I'm going to roll it down. So can you see? Oh, do you know what happened there? Sorry. What? Tell me what happened there. Who can tell me what happened? Can tell me what happened? Eh? You can tell me what happened, please. You can tell me what happened. Sandra, go on, please. I didn't use what's called absolute referencing. Yes. Okay. Right. Okay. So I need to reference it, right? So F4, function F4 to reference this. Function F4 to reference this. And I hit enter and I'm going to roll it down now. So that should be correct now. Can you see it? That work. It's showing A and X because that is what symbol they've used here to write this. So A and X, they've used Cabri lights here and well, I will do this. I will do A and R. Can you see it's changed now? So I'm going to format this now using webdings. I'm going to come here and put webdings so to give me what I want. Once you hit webdings, it gives you this. Can you see it? In webdings, arrow means X, while A, A means to tick in webdings. In webdings, A equals ticking, while arrow equals to cancel, tick. Can you see that's what I did here? If I put arrow here now, you see cancel. I'm sure some of you have been saying, but you don't know why you don't know how I got that. But nobody asked me the question. Everybody just looking at me. So, so that is how I've been doing it in WebDing. So is this clear enough for you? You can go and practice it, please. Is this clear? If you go to this place where you have this the fonts here, so I'm gonna change it back to maybe Time New Roman or something. So you'll be seeing A and arrow. Can you see A? The formula has given me A and arrow. In fact, instead of me referencing those sheets, I can just put here. I can just put here. I can say give me A, right? I can say yeah, give me R, right? Instead of me referencing those things, right? And I'm just gonna hit sorry quotation mark. Don't forget your quotation mark, otherwise Excel will not recognize it. Quotation mark, quotation mark. Then hit enter. Can you see? It's gonna give me the same answer. Can you see? Then all I need to do is highlight this that I want and go to this place there, up there. Can you see it? Then write webdings. There are many ways you can do this also. You can also use what's called the wingdings. Wingdings can do it also. But wingdings has different format. I've forgotten the one for wingdings. Let's look for wingdings. Oh, sorry. I've got to touch that. Let's look for wingdings. What does wingdings? I can't remember what wingdings zone is, but wingdings too can do it. People use wingdings a lot, but me, I don't like wingdings. I use webdings. Also, alternatively, instead of you doing this, you can use number character. I don't know if you've heard about that before. Number car. You've heard it before, Abi? Eh? Right? Okay. Okay. So that is what we call character in formula. Um. 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 So all of this is a character. You want to know which character they are. Can you see character one? So if I do like this now, if I open a new Excel, for example, and I'll do equals character, right? Eh? And I put one here and hit enter. If I do like this, I drag it down, it's still giving me one, right? So because I want you to give me the characters in sequence, I'll not do like this. I'll not say I'll not say sequence, right? I'm just trying to form a formula. Let me see if it works. Let's see. Let's see if that sequence works. Okay. No worry. If you know how to die, I'll know how to bury you. So Excel is about manipulation. So I'm going to do this now. I'm going to say sequence. See what I'm trying to do here, right? I'm trying to get what all of these numbers are, but I don't know how to get it. So the shortest way I can do this is to manipulate Excel. I'm saying Excel, give me sequence, right? The rows, I don't know what the row, just give me count, right? Give me count. Count what? Count all of this cell for me, or count this cell for me. Count it down to the last cell for me. But number car up to like 25, so I might not need to count all the cell. Let me just count up to 1 to let's say 30, right? Or 25. Let me stop at 25. And then I'm going to do bracket close. Then that is my counting. Can you see? Sorry, I'm coming. What's this? Oh, because there's nothing there, right? Okay. There's a formula I could have used to do something, but I can't remember that formula now on top of my head that I could have used to get this easily. Can you see that that thing works now? Can you see? Automatic numbering. Can you see it's numbered for me automatically? Can you see? Do you know why it gave me error? Because there was nothing in this cell. Do you get? So it could not number for me. So now I'm going to manipulate. I'm going to now say I'm going to add a formula called character in it. Simple, just to manipulate the formula, and I'm good. That's all the number characters. For some stupid reason, my Excel does not give me complete thing that I want. Let me just change it to let's say 60, 65, right? It's going to stop where I stop. So let's make my random array go down to 65, right? Can you see? I've gotten all the number characters I'm looking for. Can you see them? Can you see? Right? If I keep going, I'm going to get more signs. So all these signs have meanings and interpretation. So if I'm looking for a hash, it's number character 35. Can you see? If I say equals character 35, that should give me hash. Can you see how what I'm trying to get? Because I don't know where they are, but I want to identify where they are. So if I put this more down, right? So let's say 350, for example, I'm going to get more characters. Then all I need to do is go back up here and then change this formula up here to what? To 350, right? To 350 because I'm trying to use Excel to work for me. Can you see? Can you see all the characters I've gotten? So this is the last character we can get, 255. So everything here is not going to work again. So I'm not going to go change to what? To what? To what? 255. Yeah, that's correct. That's very correct. The normal character ends at 255. I'm getting I'm getting I'm getting I'm getting rusty with Excel. I'm getting rusty with Excel. It's 255. That's number character. If my brain serves me right, is correct. So all number character ends at 255. That reminds me. So this is the last number character in Excel as far as Excel is concerned, and numbers are concerned. So in all of these, I'll see different characters I want here if I check them carefully. So if I want to reference anyone, it's easy for me to just reference them using my number character to bring them in. I don't know if what I've said makes sense to you so far. Hmm? So let's say I'm looking for the pound sign now. It is 163. So all I need to do is just come here and say equals character 163, right? I know it's pounds. Do you get what it means? I can get any character with anything I want. So that's by the way. I'll just show you that as we go on. If I remember anything, I'll also show you again. So that is that for now. So yes, I might be stopping I'll stop today here at useful logic. I'll stop at useful logic today because I'm getting dried. I'm talking so much. Let's take a 5 minutes break so I can take a bottle of water, please. Continue. So there's what we call, if there's a formula we call left, learn, right, and mid. I'm sure some of you will be aware of this formula. So the learn is, so I'm moving to what's called data cleansing. So you need to also open your mind. Yeah, at this point it gets a bit confusing. At this stage it's very easy, it's not confusing now. It's gonna be easy. But when I open a GL for you and I start cleaning general ledger for you, you want to go gaga. So you need to now put your mind, because I'm gonna be going to general ledger and trial balance soon. I'm gonna be cleaning them for you to see how we clean a Sage 200 GL, a Sage 50 GL. Those things are gonna make your head turn when I start cleaning them, and I won't be able to slow down so much, because I'll clean them using Power Query, and also clean them using formulas and manipulations. So you watch the video, because I'm getting too slow. I should have been moving next week into financial reporting, but I'm still on Excel, and most likely I might be doing Excel for next week, throughout next week again, which I shouldn't be doing. Excel should also end tomorrow, but as it stands, Excel is going to spill to next weekend, because we've not even done depreciation, we've not even done some basic calculation in Excel, which I have another file for that. So we are a bit very, very slow. Okay. No, not you. Which one is your? You are not dragging me back. So let me just move on. So learn is used to count the length of an item. So for example, if you look at this thing, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If you look at everything here, is 11 in total. So learn helps you count them. So if I just put in this formula called learn, if I put learn here, it tells the text. What's the text? I'm just going to click on the text and close the bracket and hit enter. It tells me that's 11. If you count them, A, B, C, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So learn counts the number of items for me. While Xmatch, don't forget, Xmatch does what? What does Xmatch does? Thank you very much. So left. No, I'm moving to another one which is called left. Sorry, I'm not saying left. So left is used to help you pick item from the left hand side. So if you look at this figure now, I have left, which is ABC is my left, GHY is my right, right? My mid is my 1, 2, 3. So, but I'm trying to extract this text called ABC from this. I don't know how to extract that text because it's just there. I might have things like this, like this email address now, and I want to extract everything from my only the names. I want to remove Moses Dewey, Aminat Dolawa, Moses Dewey, and I might not want to pick the domain name. Do you get? That is what left can do for you. So now left, how do you do that? How do I pick ABC away from those figures from left? How do I manipulate it? It's simple. Just say equals left. There's a function called left in Excel. It says text. What's the text that I want to put in? My text is this, right? So then another thing that is say what's the number of characters I'm trying to take. So for this one, I know it's ABC. I'm just going to put comma. I'm going to put 3. It's enter. Can you see? I pick ABC. However, what if I now come here and I have more than 3? This is Moses Dewey is more than 3, and if let's assume that the next one here is like A, B, C, D, and I have like 1,000 sheets. Will I just be putting? I'll be checking them one by one because 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I put left equals left. I put equals left, and I say the text is this, and I say comma, and I say 4. Will I be doing that? And I count the one that I say is 6. I say my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, this is 9, and I said 9. I'm not like why it's maybe 10. That will be stressful, and I will get it wrong at some point. But machine will get it right for you if you use machine properly. So we need to sort that out, and how we can get that correctly. So now, instead of me doing just coming here to say this, there's a function called find. Okay, it says number of characters, because we don't know the number of characters. We're not going to wrap in what's called the find. So I'm going to look for what is unique. Can someone tell me, Adejoke, what is not what is common in what I'm looking for? I'm trying to pick items. Okay, don't worry, let's leave that. Let's leave that. I'll ask you later. Let's do it like this. Let's do it like that. Left. Okay. Text, right? 3, right? We agree, right? That's correct. Then let's move to the next one, which is right. Then the right. So I want to pick the 3 digits from the front, right? I'll say equals what? Right. Hmm? Right. What's the text? This text, right? comma, number of character, I don't know it, but 1 to 3. 3, right? And bracket close, hit enter. I got that right. Then the mid now equals mid. Then what's the text? The text is also this, right? Comma. Then what's number of character in the middle? What's the start number? The start number in the middle is what? 3. Number of character, 3. Right? Hit enter. I got C1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So I should have used what? The start number should be maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. It should have been maybe from 5, right? To get 1, 2, 3. Is that correct? Okay. So this is beautiful nonsense I've just done. Okay, we got the answer right, but in a real life situation, you're not going to get this. It's not going to come like this because you're going to have a lot of data to work with. So now I've shown you that. Let me just take this Alt H FP and paste underneath. So Control C, Control V. So now I'm going to use the formula properly now to solve this problem because I'm going to give you assignment with this and I'm going to mark the assignment during the week. So please, let's pay attention to this. It's going to help you in your work when you are doing what is called data manipulation. And I want to finish all this quickly. So let's go into it. So we are doing learn equals learn. The text is what is this? Bracket close. Learn is learn. Nothing changes learn. The next one is left equals left. Left. It says what is this? It says the text. The text is this, right? Then the other one is if I just put text and I put brackets close, it's going to return A for me because I said left. It picked the first number from the left for me, which is A. So I don't blame Excel. If that number changes to be Z, it's going to give me Z. Can you see? So, but what I want to get is I want to get A, B, C. I want to get the first three letter words of everything there. So let's say this is car, car. I want to get that car. The first one is what? Let's say the first one is um is what? Is bread, right? I want to get that bread. Can you see it's giving me only bread? So it's not giving me. I want to get the first letter words that make sense in all of these sentences. So what do I do? All I need to do is simply come back here and say the number of character I don't know. Then what do I do? I'm going to you bring in a formula called the find. There's a formula called find, which you're going to use to find something, to find characters. So the find says what? The first thing the find says, it says that you should put in a text. And what text do you want it to find? So what text can we find that is unique, that is common in every of our data? If you look at this bread, yeah. If you look at this bread, yeah, you know we have this hyphen dash that covers it. You get before we have 1, 2, 3. The same thing after car, we have this dash here before 1, 2, 3. Do you get? So other things we have that dash there. So that dash is the common thing that we need to find to do our formula. I don't know if you are following what I'm doing, please. Please, Amina, are you following me? I know Amina will know it anyway. Mr. Moefe, are you following? Sandra, are you following me? Okay. So I have to look for a find, something to lock it up, something to lock it in between. That is the same with it. If I come to next line, I can have something like that saying um, I can have orange dash 4489, right? Or 448, then dash GB something something. Do you get? I need something that is so you can see all of them have the same thing that is unique, that is tying them is this dash in between. Eh? Is that in tying them? So I need to use that dash to manipulate to look for that. So I'll come and say find in my formula. So I've said left, right? It's asking me now. I've put the text that I'm picking from left from. Now I said number of character. I don't know. I want to find it, right? Except find the character for me. So the text I'm looking for, and I put find. It says find text. Which text are you looking for? I'll put quotation mark. Put that thing. Is what I'm looking for. Can you see? Is that text I'm looking for? Then within which text within this, right? That's what I'm looking for. And I put what? Bracket close, right? Then usually I'll put -1 because it will return the answer to me plus that thing. But let me just show you. Then bracket close, then hit enter. Can you see it's brought bread for me? If I roll it down to the third one, it's gonna bring bread car and orange. Can you see? But I don't want to bring that dash for me. I'm gonna put what's called -1 to remove one of the characters for me. Can you see? I have bread now. Can you see? Can you see that? Can you see? Don't you love this? Can you see the way I've been able to manipulate and take that out? So that is how. So that is how you can do that. So now, if you want to do the next one, which is called the right, also you can also pick from right also there. So now, how do you do? Excuse me. How do you do the right? The same way I did that. I'm going to do the right also. I'm just going to say right. I'm going to say find again. So I'm going to say find. I'm going to say what am I looking for? I'm looking for the same thing, right? Right. Looking for the same thing, comma, within which text? Within this text. Within this text, right? I'm not going to put I'm not going to put bracket close. Then I'm going to do, oh no, sorry, it's moving. Then I'm going to put bracket close, then -1, then bracket close. Can you see? I'm getting what? What am I getting here? I'm getting 3G. Sorry, something is wrong here. GHY. I'm coming. 1 minute. Okay. So to do this right now, I need to also bring in what is called the learn into it. Oh, do I need to go into that now? Mm. Why should I go into that now? Um, Let me write the formula first. Hold on. Len minus yeah, length is this. Sorry, let me write the formula first. Brackets minus find. Then I'm looking for what? I'm looking for this. Then within which text? Within this text. Then bracket close. 1 to 3. So I'm picking it from right. Mm, I'll need to use the word minus. I'll need to use minus. I need to use minus. I'm going to use minus. If I say length minus find, I'm going to use minus because what I want to get is GHY, right? So someone is breathing on the call. I'm going to now do -2. So I'll come back to this formula. I'm supposed to use a formula. I'm supposed to use like the length formula. I mean, can you recall this formula? Are you there? Continue recording. All right. So the next one is the mid formula. So the mid formula, rather than doing it like doing 5 and 3, to do the mid is just basically do basically do mid. Then what am I looking for? It said the text is what? That's my text, which is this A4. Then comma. Then what's my start number? My start number is good because I don't know my start number. I'm going to have to look for my start number. I'm going to have to say find. So what am I finding? I'm looking for what? The same thing again. That thing that is distinguishing what I want from the other things that is common in everything. Then which is that dash sign comma, and I'm not going to do A4 again. A4, right? I'm not going to do brackets. Then don't forget I have to put 4. Reason is that re- number of character I've put 4. Sorry, because I'm looking for just 4 characters right there. So I've put 4 as number of character I'm looking for. Sorry, 1 minute. Hold on, please. Someone is calling me. Yes, yes. I'm still in class. Eh? I'm coming. Okay. Sorry, I think I had a bit of visitor there. All right, so that is it. I have to end the class soon. That is it for this, and because number of character I want is 4. Close the brackets and hit enter. So I got 1, 2, 3. So number of character I want now. If I wanted 3, I just need to put 3 here, and that's what have I done? Number of character. What have I done? 4. 4. Okay, yeah, yeah. So I've got 4. Number of character is 4. So for me to now get back to exactly what I want, all I need to do is just do this. I need to add what's called ABS in front of it. It's called absolute formula. I'm trying to make, don't forget what I've done. I'm manipulating Excel. Different people will teach you different things in different ways, but mine, I do it this way to manipulate if it's a dash. So I hit enter, it gives me 1, 2, 3. Do you know what I've done here is that I've said that this minus sign, I would have done the same here too. I'd have just done ABS here too. to manipulate it, but this is not the right formula to use. I will get it right, but that's not the right formula to use. Okay, I think ABS will not work here. There's a formula I should be using here. I'm going to have to correct that formula later. So, but that is correct anyway. So all I just need to do is just maybe say um, -3 there to make that work. Then this one now, yeah, I use ABS because if I don't put ABS, don't forget that the number here is a, the number I got there is what? Is a dash sign. Can you see? That dash is like minus. It's like you say minus 5,000. So I'm going to show you how this when I go into auditing. When you are doing stuff, when you want to do like maybe you want to bring in figures, you don't want the figures to be a negative sign. Eh? You don't want the figures to be negative sign. ABS is used to change negative sign to positive sign. It makes everything an absolute sign. So I just say equals ABS, and I'm going to say this, hit enter. Then if I roll it down, everything becomes positive sign. Can you see? That's what ABS does. ABS eliminates minus. So I'm manipulating the data basically. So I'm just going to come here and put ABS to manipulate the data. Then I just need to hit that bracket. And can you see that's done? So if I roll this down, it's going to give me the same, all my mid numbers. This will give me all my end numbers. Can you see this is not working right for some reason because that formula is not correct? If that formula is correct, but this formula is right that I've used, but this right formula is not because normally it should be giving me only my GHY, and then GYT. Do you get? So this formula still needs, there's something I'm missing in this formula, but this is the formula I need to use anytime I need this. Write, learn, find. That's what I need to use, but I've just not used them correctly, but I haven't got time to check them now. So I'm going to go on to the next thing. So now I'm trying to extract name here. So what I want to extract my names here. So you can see the first name, blah 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 blah. I want to extract those names. So how do I extract the names? I'm just going to use the same left formula. What is unique? What is common here that I can use to extract that formula to extract my names out? Who can tell me what is common here? Who else want to try? Thank you very much, Art. So I'm just going to say left, my text is this, right? Number of character, I do not know. I'm just going to say find. Find what? Find the art. Is manipulation. Within which text? Within this text, right? And then return what? -1 for me. Hit enter, and that's it. Can you see it? I roll it down. It's going to give me everything, no matter how long the name is. If you like, let the name be Patrala Patrapa, eh? Patrala Patrapa, as long as it has that at gmail.com, automatically my formula would ignore the rest. Can you see it? Can you see that? Can you not see my screen? Sorry, you guys. Can everybody not see my screen? Can you all see my screen? Okay. Oh, since it's because you're using your phone, that's why. Okay, I've zoomed out. Can you see it now? Okay, so that is how to get that formula. So the next one is using I'm trying to clean this data now. So I've already taught you this already. So this one is concat. I'll show you how to do concatenation. It's what we call concat, which I've shown you already. I was supposed to show you that before now, but I've showed you before in my first class, so I won't waste my time on this. I want to join this sales figure 2020 together. I'm not going to say equals concat. There's a formula called concat in Excel, which I've taught you guys before. Concat, comma, space, quotation mark, space, quotation mark, comma, then I'm going to put 2020, click on that, then bracket close, hit enter. That tells me that my sales figure in 2020. So if I change it to 2021, it changes also. Can you see 2018, 2019? Can you see it? It changes like that. That is how that concat works. So that's a concat formula. So the next one is I want to try to number all of this, which I've just showed you in the next again. I've showed you before again in my last sheet, which I used here. So that's what I'm going to show you now. I've already jumped the gun already by showing you that already. So, which is, I want to number this automatically. So rather than me going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, say you can also do this by doing this, dragging it down, and then click on this side and change it to fill series. Do you get a fill series for you? But however, fill series will not do what I want to do for you. I want to do what is called, these are my staff. I want it to show staff name, staff name, staff name. Do you get? So let's come back to that later. But the first problem we're having here is that we're having blanks here. How do we eliminate these blanks here? Because imagine I have a 1,000 page and I have blank, 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 blank on everything. How do I eliminate those blank in those 1,000 page? So how do I do it? Is simple. I'm just gonna click highlight everything. I'll do Control G, right? Let me say it again. Control G, Control plus G, right? Highlight everything. Control G. Then go to Special. Then go to blanks and click OK. Can you see? I can see all my blanks now. All I need to do is fill all this blank with maybe zero. To fill something with zero is just to press zero once in one, then hold down control and enter. Then zero fill automatically in everything. So I put zero and I put control plus enter to autofill. Okay, to autofill an item. So once I've done that, then I've known where my zeros are. All I need to do is just do this, filter my bar. I'm even giving you like long journey here because my stupid laptop can allow me use some shortcuts. So take away this, bring only zeros, delete all zero lines. Control minus, done. Then go back there and then on filter. Can you see I'm done? Can you see what I've done? Very easy and straightforward. So I've taken off the space blanks. So now I want to now number these. I don't want to just put number because I've done one here and drag this one down, right? Like I said before, drag down and do fill series. I can do fill series. Sorry, I can do fill series, right? I can roll it down and then do fill series, right? But I won't do fill series, right? Because fill series does not give me what I want to achieve. It's only giving me the numbers. But however, I want to see staff number one, staff number two. So how do I do that easily and automatically? Is to do it like this. I'll say equals quotation mark staff, whatever you want to write, staff number, right? Staff number, quotation mark, staff number, or if you want to make it simple, staff number dots. You can put quotation mark. Then you now say and. I'm locking it in and sign now, right? And now say sequence, right? It says what's my row? My row, I don't know my row. I just use the word count A. That's count all. I'm gonna use count A. Then I light everything here, right? Then I'm gonna now hit bracket close, and I'm gonna do what? Hit enter. Can you see? I have staff number one, two, three. Can you see automatically? If I if that formula was up to, let's say it's up to 33, so that let's say I make it up to 35, for example, right? If I come here and put another sub, say let's say I have Opele what? Opele George. I don't want to use George. I want to use Opele or Moefe. Automatically the number is going to come. Can you see number 13? If I have Adejoke Sandra, it's going to come in Sandra David. Can you see? Can you see the numbers automatically coming in? That is how to put automatic number in Excel. So then this data are not looking good. Can you see I have Carter, Ethan Carter, capital letter, Brandon Wallace, Anna. Can you see the way the spellings are? They are not done correctly. Can you see this one started with a space bar? Can you see? Can you see what happened to the first line here? Data is not organized. If I search this now, I'll be having issues. Can you see? Mia Bennett, capital letter, all true, small letter. The names are not organized at all. I want to organize this name. You can use a formula to do that. So the formula I'm going to use, I'm first going to use the trim formula to trim them first. Equals trim. So I'm going to just highlight this text, bracket close, and hit enter. So what trim has done is that trim has taken away the space. Can you see the space here before at the back here? Can you see? That trim has removed those space. It has trimmed those space away. So now it has organized it for me. So you can see that everything starts in a straight line now. Unlike before where I have starting in the middle and all this nonsense. So now I want to clean this data. I want it to be clean because this data might have some useless text in it that does not make sense. That when you are trying to use formula it will not work. I can bet you this data I've made it in a way that if you use formula it will not work very well. So I have to clean it for it to be clean. So you have to use the clean function in Excel. It's called clean in Excel. I want to clean the text. So now I've done that. I don't want to. I want to just clean this now because I'm taking step by step. Clean. Right now If I want to bring only small letters, every beginning letter should be small letters and not just this useless thing. I can see Anna in between. It's not looking. See Peterson is not looking making sense. I want only everything to be small letter. I just use what's called lower. It's gonna put it in lower case. I'm coming, please. Lower case. Then can you see everything is in small letter? Can you see all is in small letter? Then if I want it to be upper case, everything should be capital letter. I just need to call what called upper. So upper, then arrow that carries everything is capital letter. That's upper. Then if I want you to bring it in another one, which is called proper. Proper is the one we need. Proper is going to make only all first letter to be capital letter, while the rest to be small letter. So I'm going to do what's called proper. Bracket close. It's Ankata. Can you see it? It's properly done now. So rather than me doing all these things one by one, I can just do them easily in a straightforward way. Control R to replicate what is there once. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to say equals trim. I'm coming, please. Sorry. They are calling me to leave the to leave the class. So I'll just say equals trim, right? I'm going to trim the staff name from beginning. Don't forget the staff name. Trim, right? So, but instead of me putting just trim, I can just put all the formula ones: trim, clean, and comma and proper. Can you see all at once? Bracket close. Hit enter. That's it. Can you see? That I'm wasting my time. So, can you see? Is this one looking good? I've put the formula one stream clean proper. So I've trimmed it, I've cleaned it, and I've put in proper way, and I've done everything, and they are all done. So that brings us to the end of the class today. Thank you very much. This is your assignment. I have your assignment for you: manipulation, this, and this. I'm going to send them to you by tomorrow for you to have the assignments. Thank you very much. And if you have any question, please go back to watch the video. I think I've been very clear enough and I've been very slow enough. Thank you very much, and have a lovely day.